Hello, YouTube, and welcome to the quarter century mark, part 25, Ghost of Tsushima with a therapist. It's lovely to have you here with me, Jin, this dude staring at a dead horse, and Sensei Ishikawa, who's kind of on my shit list right now. But hey, leave a thumbs up, leave a comment, follow all the links in the description, hang out with us live sometime. We'd love to have you aboard. It's been a really fun playthrough, and I'm so glad to have your support of it. So keep it up. Let's see what our boy Ishikawa is up to.
Sensei Ishikawa, is all this Tomoe's work?
She and her Mongols have been busy. A woman here named Ran knows where to find her.
Lead the way.
The terror of Otsuna. Oh man, are we gonna meet Tomoe? Ooh.
How does she know where Tomoe's camp is?
She stumbled on it while foraging in the woods.
She's lucky to be alive.
Everyone with her was killed.
Oof.
Is your name Ran?
Yes, my lords.
The Mongols who did this to you, they were led by one of our own.
Tomoe. I'll never forget that face. She used to ride with a group of thieves who lived here.
That's not possible. Tomoe is from Umugi Prefecture.
She found her way here. Her bow terrorized Utsuna for years. People used to say she could knock a falcon from the sky, blindfolded.
This camp you found, where is it?
The forest, southwest of here. Between the river and the western shore.
Oh, you want to find Tomoe too, Jack? Yeah. Yeah, you want to find Tomoe too? You want to seek vengeance? You need to kill every fake mouse on the way there? Scratch every post? I get it. You know, I'm never a fan of when people say something and then a person responds going, that's not possible. Instead of that's not possible, ask yourself, how is it possible? And like, listen.
Since
Yeah.
I taught her, the secrets I shared. Oh, wasted. You old fool. Why did she lie to me?
Tomoe never told you any of that.
Before we fought, I offered to adopt Tomoe as my daughter. Make her samurai.
For someone like her, that's quite a change in fortune.
And I took it away.
Because she's a hired killer.
Because her sensei failed her. She fell back into the life she knew.
It's one thing to wreck your chance at a better life, but to terrorize your own people.
I am aware, Sakai.
Are you? Can I count on you to do what needs to be done?
We have a camp to find.
Answer the question, Ishikawa.
We need to stop Tomoe before she takes more lives.
Boy, the drip feed of this stuff. I get that it's drip fed because of being a video game, but oh my god. Yeah, he is so deeply emotionally compromised on this. It's like ridiculous. Like, oh man, I was gonna adopt her as my daughter. Okay, cool. Jesus. And make her a samurai. Obviously, there's more details there. More details that I truly hope that we get access to. But the thing that I'm going to talk about here, if I make the assumption that Tomoe was, like, you know, a thief or, like, lowly in the hierarchy of the island, change even if possibly for the better, and we don't know that it would have been better for her, but let's just maybe assume that it would have been. Change, even if for the better, scares the shit out of people. And they don't typically do well with it. This is another instance where there is a failure to understand the people of the island by the elite of the island. Jin and Ishikawa think about that opportunity, and their initial reaction, which is in some ways I would expect, is, wow, that's amazing. Like, look, we are benevolent gods. How cool for her to have the opportunity. Why would you ever want to squash that? But that is devoid of any kind of understanding of what it's like to not be elite and constantly be forced to look up at the elite. If Tomoe goes with Ishikawa and becomes a samurai, there's a real good chance that for her, that's a massive amount of distance, because now she has to work for a system that arguably hasn't worked for her. Hence why she's a thief and doing the things that she's doing. Where, okay, cool, so now I become a samurai, and I now have to be an extension of, like, Lord Shimura. I have to police the island. And that likely means that I have to discipline and turn on all the people that I got close to during my time of thievery and peasantry. There's a real kindredness amongst folks who lack resources, in part because there has to be in order to survive the system. If all of a sudden she leaves that system, I'm not even saying that the people around her would do the crabs in a bucket thing. That can certainly happen, but that's not even what I'm worried about. What I'd be worried about is that Tomoe herself would struggle with that. Possibly. And I have no doubt, based on our engagement with Ishikawa, that her having any kind of reservation about that would have probably pissed Ishikawa off. Or he would have thought she was being ungrateful or something. I shouldn't say I have no doubt, but I would strongly believe that he likely did not react particularly well to her balking at that. For probably very legitimate reasons. So this is incredibly complicated, because there is obviously something still that Ishikawa has not let us in on as it relates to Tomoe. There is a reason that she has done all of the things that she's doing. And again, I'm not justifying them, but I want to know what the reasoning is behind why she is acting in the way that she is acting. I want to know what happened when he asked her or said, I'd like to adopt you as my daughter. I'd like to get you into the samurai. I want to know how that turned around. What were the emotions? What were the reactions? Where were the misfires? Like, there's a lot going on here. But the other thing that also really stands out to me is that Ishikawa himself has very deeply intertwined Tomoe into his own identity. Like, he sees her actions as a reflection of him. And even if she was his biological or adopted daughter, that still would not be true. Particularly in adulthood. When kids are kids, oftentimes the way that they interface with the environment is, from any mid to large part, a reflection of their parents. I say this all the time in various playthroughs. Like, as a parent, yep, your kids are a reflection of you when you're growing up to an extent. In adulthood, however, that changes. When a person reaches a level of cognitive development and complexity where we understand them as having a lot more autonomy to engage with the environment, yes, the impact of your formative experiences has influence on how you show up in the environment. But ultimately, if Tomoe goes away and rejects that, decides to join the Mongols or whatever, that's on her. That's not a reflection of Ishikawa. But he seems to believe that it is, and he sees the things that she's doing almost in this undifferentiated way. Which is going to lead me to talk about differentiation, because it feels apt here, especially now that we're talking about the fact that he wanted to adopt her as his daughter. Differentiation is a concept that you hear most about in the MFT world through a frame called Boynian family therapy. I'm not going to spend time talking too much about that, but the idea is that when you're embedded in a system, particularly as a child, you're embedded not just in a structural system, you're embedded in an emotional system. And when people have blurry boundaries or are particularly close to one another, as families are, doesn't mean you have to be like lovey-dovey close. It just might mean that you exist in the same space and the same emotional space frequently. Our emotions are something that we have a hard time differentiating or discerning from the system's emotion or the emotion of the other people in the system. So an example of this may be that in a particular system, if mom is anxious about something, there's an anxiety that exists within the system, and maybe there's other members of the family that act out that anxiety in some way because they're feeling it and absorbing it, and they're having a hard time determining whether it's theirs or whether it's that of the systems. And the idea is that as you develop and get older and start to have some sense of your own autonomy, what you start to do as an ideal means of understanding your own autonomy and emotion is you differentiate yourself and your emotion and your boundaries from the rest of the family. So in this case, what we're seeing, differentiation works bidirectionally. It's not just child to system. It's also like everybody within that system. And what we're seeing here with Ishikawa is a seeming lack of differentiation between himself and Tomoe, where essentially he sees them as like one and the same. Tomoe acts out. He feels like he's sort of like acts out. She goes off and does the thing, and he sees it as a reflection of himself. There are other theories that would have different ways of describing that process, but differentiation is one that comes to mind and one that I'm going to illustrate here. But it's all very heady, complicated stuff. But what it leads to is Ishikawa not really thinking straight here, not really figuring out what's his. He might be disappointed. He might be frustrated, confused, angry, etc. And he's not really taking any time to engage with that or manage it. He's so deeply focused on Tomoe and her intent and this idea that he's supposed to save the island from what it is that she's doing. And it's, I think, also why he's not really giving us a lot of information here. He's just flying by the seat of his pants on this. And it's a shame, because what he's doing, because he's not differentiated, is he's acting on emotion, which is something that the samurai do a shit job teaching people how to manage, and that's why this is all such a mess. Again, I'm not saying we shouldn't go after Tomoe. What I'm saying is that Ishikawa continuously goes into these things impulsively and gets us into some trouble because he's not thinking it through effectively. That's the part that drives me nuts about this. But Jin asking, are you ready to do what needs to be done, is a totally fair question. I think that's the last thing I want to talk about here, because Ishikawa is compromised. Ishikawa is a liability. If it is determined that Tomoe is absolutely a horrible terrorist threat to the island and she needs to be neutralized, can we rely on Ishikawa to pull the trigger on that? We know we can rely on Masako to pull the trigger on hers. Can we rely on him? Or is he going to look at Tomoe and see all of his own failures that he's decided, see somebody who he loved for whatever reasons he loved her and has a heart, because that means killing her means killing a part of himself. That's where the lack of differentiation is going to really cause a problem here, because if we have an opportunity to put an arrow between her eyes and we don't do it because he freaks out and then she continues to terrorize the island, oh boy. Again, I don't love the idea of neutralizing her. I'd love to be able to talk with her and get more information and figure out how she can be an asset to, uniting the island potentially, but I doubt we're going to get that chance.
The good news is Tomoe fell back to a place she knows, because she's desperate.
She has the Mongol Empire on her side.
The more we damage her efforts, the more likely the Khan withdraws his support.
We could use that to our advantage. Drive a wedge between them.
What if we did, and Tomoe abandoned the Mongol cause?
If she was willing to fight back against the Mongols, we could use that.
That would be useful, until the moment she put an arrow in your back.
Okay, so then what are you trying to accomplish here, bud? Think about that for a second. She's working for the Mongols. That's bad. Needs to die. What if we could withdraw her from the Mongols and potentially have her as an asset? No. She'll put an arrow in your back. She's bad with the Mongols, she's bad without the Mongols. So what does this mean? It means it's not about anything other than his own personal shit as it relates to Tomoe, which means that this is an entirely selfish endeavor. That ultimately it seems like he just wants her neutralized. Maybe so that he no longer has to deal with all of the complicated thoughts and feelings that come up for him when he sees her do things he doesn't personally agree with. But boy, is he making a lot of assumptions here. All of this is an act of self-preservation, and that's a thing that, like, I'm all for trying to figure your shit out. I'm all for working through your stuff. But this is getting a bit ridiculous in terms of, like, stop trying to make this be about anything other than what it's about. I wish Jin would say this shit. Really do. I would be very uncomfortable riding with Ishikawa on this. In the same way I was uncomfortable walking with Masako up to that beach.
The woman we spoke to said Tomoe terrorized people here. It must have been years ago. Tomoe would have been young.
In her teens, and holding her own among bandits.
Difficult for someone twice her age. And you never suspected anything.
When she began her study with me, she hid a small blade in her sleeve, and she secretly hoarded food.
I can see how you could overlook those signs.
There were others. I wanted to make her my heir so badly. I blinded myself to the truth. The camp should be nearby.
Perfect terrain for archers lying in wait.
Keep your eyes open.
So there are two directions that you can go with that. We're going to talk about both of them. I was so desperate to make her my heir that I looked the other way. Now, first track on that is that you could look at Tomoe's behavior and you could say, oh boy, yeah, she's a real problem from the start. Yikes. Oh my goodness, she hid a blade up her sleeve. She hoarded food. Oh boy, she did all these things that really showed us that she had the capacity to join the Mongols should they decide to invade the island in 20 years. And thus I should have known better. I was so desperate to make her my heir because of her skill that I looked the other way on some of these traits that would have predicted this. I personally don't think that's a useful road to go down, but it's a road that somebody could go down if they wanted to. Instead, the version that I like better is one of curiosity. which I desperately wish Ishikawa would have had, because there's maybe a chance that he could have salvaged some. He maybe could have had the relationship with her that he wanted, although it does sound pretty self-serving. There's this person who's an absolute prodigy. It'd be like, I want to adopt LeBron James because he's going to look good for my legacy. I mean, that's essentially what she's saying. Is like, or what he's saying is like, we look at legacy as mattering and lines and lineage and blah, 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 blah. So if Tomoe is my heir, it's a reflection of me. Again, lack of differentiation. But the thing that might have helped him accomplish that is curiosity. Why would Tomoe hide a knife in her sleeve? Why would Tomoe hoard food, particularly as somebody who's young? Because she learned to do that as a means to survive whatever environment it was she was brought up in. And if Ishikawa would, like all the other people I get on about this, would have taken a second to try to reach her and understand her, then he may have actually been like a father that she would have wanted to see officially recognized as a father. This is a person who understands that I hoard food because maybe I didn't have it. I stole food because it wasn't available to me. There are any number of reasons why she could have done it. There are infinitely more explanations for why she would have done that than there is the explanation that she was some sort of sociopath that we should have seen coming. And it's sad. You have this guy who essentially shows up in a child's life and sees her skill with a bow and goes, ooh, this could make me look good. This could be great for my legacy. This will make people want to find my Instagram account for my bow school and join it. This would be amazing for me. And essentially took a child and made it about him. And as she got older, I'm sure she felt that. If we can feel that in the amount of time that we've spent with him, I have no doubt that she could feel that. And yeah, as she gets older, if she decides, yeah, I'm going to differentiate from that. I don't want that. No way, man. I can see right through your bullshit. I can totally see that the reason you want me around is not because you love me, not because you care about me, not because, I mean, those things may be true, but they certainly don't show. The reason you want to have me around and be your heir is because it makes you look good. Stick it up your ass. I would totally understand if that was her response, particularly if she has the skill to overwhelm him. Again, it's a lot of hypothesizing because I haven't met her. Love to have a conversation with her. But I don't love that line. I was so desperate to have her as my heir that I overlooked things. Well, you were so desperate to have her as your heir. You were so desperate to have her be what you thought you wanted her to be that you didn't engage with who she is. And my God, the amount of parents that do that and then lose their kids in their late teens and early 20s because of it is sad. It's really sad. Get to know your kids rather than getting to know what they are compared to what you hoped they would be. Oy vey. I'm gonna go my own way and make my own life.
Dismount here.
I'll be a Mongol asset, I'll destroy the island, and I'll survive.
Stay low and find a good place to scout the camp.
Again, I don't love that Tomoe is killing people on the island. Like, I'm just gonna say this one more time. I'll probably say it more, but if you are a person who's watching these videos and you see my empathizing with everybody I can possibly empathize with as me agreeing with their actions and condoning what they do, rewatch the videos. I'm not condoning what Tomoe is doing by seeking to empathize and understand what's going on with her. No, she should not be killing people with reckless abandon. I don't love that. The same way the Mongols shouldn't be doing that. This is not a condoning. But we gotta understand people in order to know their motivations. You get at the heart of it a lot faster. This isn't about why you don't take the dishes out of the dishwasher. This is about what it represents. This is about all the path that brought you to this point. And if we understand why you're resistant to taking the dishes out of the dishwasher, we can actually address the issue.
We've seen this before.
What do you see?
Japanese arrows.
Of course.
Bodies used for archery practice.
Tomoe's signature. Shut this camp down. Keep your eyes open for Tomoe.
Ready when you are, Sensei.
I'll stay heated until you strike.
She was seen here recently.
Look around.
Yeah, you were worried about Tomoe putting an arrow in your back, huh? You were worried about Tomoe? Didn't think about old Jin putting one right behind you? Right in the ocular lobe, huh? Yikes. What am I doing? What am I looking around for? Search the camp for signs of Tomoe. And she's really good at leading us around. Mongol saber. Though best known for their composite bows, Mongol troops are also proficient in close-range melee combat. They're known to use maces, typically wielded by more heavily armored cavalrymen, axes, and swords, the last of which most often feature a curved saber-like design. The Turco-Mongol saber utilizes a slighter curve and sharp point, with the reverse edge of the blade sharpened along the upper third of its length. Damn. Hey, Ishikawa, you want to help me out, bud? And maybe walk around the camp and search for signs along with me?
Sensei, over here.
Apples. She upset the apple cart. No. Hey, Sensei, buddy. Come on. Over here. What the hell? Oh, there we go.
Could be Tomoe.
The sensei and the ghost.
Hey.
I'm getting tired of you two.
Your archers are dead. It's over.
Is
Ambush.
it?
Go after Tomoe. I'll hold these fools off.
Oh. Oh, shit. Yo, Nobu. Nobu. Thanks for slowing down for me, Tomoe. I'm just gonna run after
This
you.
only ends one way.
He's telling yourself that.
This is so stupid. Come on, Nobu. Jesus Christ. This is the worst time for this. Differentiated horse. Tomoe's so kind to slow down to wait for me, though.
There's nowhere to go, Tomoe.
Except there is, and I'm probably leading you right into a trap. This is not gonna go well.
Where's she going?
Oh, Jin.
Tomoe!
So you're old Sakai, the sensei's new pet.
And you're a gifted archer who had a chance at a better life and threw it away.
Is that what he told you?
Tomoe, why are we talking?
So I can warn you to watch your back. My sensei tried to kill me. He'll try the same with you.
Thanks for the warning, but I'm here to end this.
It's already over. I have nothing. No one.
Put the bow down, Tomoe. Has she lost her mind?
No.
No sign of her. I should tell Sensei Ishikawa.
I don't know if we just witnessed a suicide or not. We may have. Oh, man. I mean, I guess there's a couple ways to interpret this. First one would be that when she said my sensei tried to kill me, she may not have actually meant, like, physically kill her. She might have. But she might have meant, like, kill who I am. Make me Tomoe Ishikawa, samurai, something I don't want to be. Like, it very well could be that she's like, yeah, he essentially, like, groomed me to be something that I never wanted to be. And I trusted this person as somebody who was taking care of me, who was training me. And that person was only caring about me out of self-interest. So it wasn't even about me. Then he tried to really end it. I fought back. And it didn't work out for me. So I left, I rebelled, I joined the Mongols. Nobody trusts me, the Mongol thing's not going well. I don't really know how to rectify any of this. I don't have anybody in my life who I can trust and fall back on. You're pointing a bow at my face. I have no idea what this means for me if you decide to kill me right now, so I'm going to go out on my own terms. And if this is indeed the case, the end of her life, I would say that there is really some poetic justice there in the sense that, like, if she spent her entire life essentially being put into positions to be what other people wanted her to be, instead of who she is, controlling her own demise would make sense. It's really sad, though. She wasn't seen as Tomoe, a person who has dreams and thoughts and desires, conviction, interests, hobbies. She was seen as Tomoe, a person who has the capacity to be the best person who ever shot a bow, to be a cold-blooded killer, and somebody who can make Ishikawa look good after a history of not looking good. A pawn, essentially, in the machine of the island. We offered you a better life. Did you really? Like, what if Tomoe fundamentally hates death? hates killing people, hates the idea of using a bow for anything other than like target practice and killing dinner. And you're just gonna like send her in as an operative for gain of the island. I mean, there's any number of things that could be happening there, but her desire not to be a part of it is completely understandable. I don't think any of us would want to be forced into anything. So now we're going to talk a little bit about like kind of an attachment thing here, which is something I'm quite passionate. I don't know if I'm going to go full attachment on this, but we're going to talk about like development and the importance of caregivers in that development. When you're a young human, it is necessary that you have people around you that can get your needs met, your survival needs, food, shelter, water, all that stuff. But that also, for humans as mammals, includes relational needs. It includes emotional support. It includes empathy, physical connection, warmth, safety. All of these things matter. One of the ways that and kids, by the way, don't understand the idea that there are adults out there who can hurt you. Like, a child's default on a caregiver is not, I gotta be careful, because this person might be a total asshole and might be somebody who's grooming me to be something for their purpose. Like, that's not how a young kid thinks about things. A young kid sees an adult who takes care of them and meets their needs as somebody they can rely on for survival. They don't really cognitively understand that, they just feel it. And why it is so egregious to abuse children and to not meet their needs and neglect them is because it scrambles a child massively. And when you start to have a realization through your cognitive development and your development of a sense of self, like Tomoe may have, of like, this person who is taking care of me wasn't taking care of me because they care about me. This person was taking care of me because I meant something to them. If you don't have the right support network around you on that, that can be so destructive. It can make you question any relationship that you ever come across. Because your formative relationship was with a caregiver was one where it was selfish intent behind meeting your needs. So now, if you want to engage with somebody in adulthood and they start to show that they care, your brain is like, And you start getting into a whole bunch of self-doubt. You start applying certain things that don't necessarily apply to that situation. It can cause all sorts of issues for your ability to connect with others, and unfortunately can lead you to a space where you feel incredibly isolated and as if you have nobody, because you block any kind of emotional intimacy and closeness because of your deep aversion to what kind of harm may show up as a result of that. Now, ultimately, if you're sitting here nodding along going, holy shit, that's me, the unfortunate piece of this is it's on you to address that in your life. It's the unfair proposition of childhood trauma and attachment issues, is that you didn't ask for it, you didn't get to pick it, and as an adult, unfortunately, you're the one that's got to do the work. Other people can't do that work for you, and that's where therapists come in. I don't mean to sound unempathic when I say that. It's just, if you're dealing with attachment issues or you're dealing with an aversion to intimate relationships because of your formative relationships, there's some real work to be done there, and it's not easy to do. This whole thing is really sad to me. I hope she's not dead. If she is dead, and she went out on her own terms, and, you know, I can respect that, rather than having me put an arrow through her skull. But my God, it just really feels like a lot of this could have been avoided by many things. By the way, not just Ishikawa. It's not really Ishikawa's job to be her savior either. I would make the argument that it's the job of the people in positions of power on the island to facilitate an island that allows people to be prosperous. Like, fundamentally, the environment that so many people are growing up in here in Tsushima is not sustainable. That's why there are so many bandits. That's why there is so much crime. At the end of the day, like, it really falls back on that. It falls onto many levels. It falls onto whoever Tomoe's primary caregivers were. It falls on Ishikawa. It falls on the environment at large. It falls on the leadership. And as an adult, it does fall on Tomoe's decisions that she makes as an autonomous adult. It's just such a shame that this, has to go in this direction because of a person essentially not being seen for who they are and being used for the gain of something that really doesn't actually matter at the end of the day for somebody else, which is their reputation and their legacy. It's gross.
Sakai, what happened?
Tomoe could have killed me, but she didn't.
You let her get away.
She jumped off a cliff. I saw her.
You saw what she wanted you to.
She sounded desperate.
She is, because of us.
Ugh.
Why does she think you'll turn on me?
She doesn't. She's trying to drive a wedge between us, and it's working.
No, it's not.
Good. But the next time you wonder if I can do what's needed, ask yourself first.
That's fair, but also...
Tomoe isn't finished yet. I guess they shall go north, to curry favor with the Mongols.
We'll find her.
Man. Seriously, man, I'm like at a point like with him too, where it's like, dude, you figure this out then. Honestly, Jin too. The two of them did a terrible job there. That's a terrible conversation. That conversation could have gone. Jin says, no. Look, when I said desperate, like, I don't mean desperate in a we're at war and I'm on the defensive kind of desperate. She sounded like emotionally desperate. And yeah, I don't know her well enough to know how true that is, but like, dude, it feels like there's more going on here than what you are believing. And I'm getting to a point where I don't have enough context around your relationship because you won't give me enough information that I don't know that I want to be involved in this anymore. If you want to go chase after her, be my guest, but I got bigger fish to fry at this point, my guy. It is fair for Ishikawa to say to Jin, if you question whether I can do what needs to be done, you better ask yourself that first. That is fair. Like, Jin did balk at something that I think he probably would have been, not so kind to Ishikawa about it. He balked at it too. But, like, at the end of the day, the conversation that needs to happen here before we go chase after her, instead of just blindly being loyal to Ishikawa and to each other, and with the idea that she's trying to wedge us, is to say, why are we doing this? What is the purpose? She did not try to kill me. I tried to kill her and she knocked the arrow to the side.
Let's go, Nobu.
I gotta give Sucker Punch some credit. The Matsuko and Ishikawa storylines are really complicated, and I admire that a lot. It's kind of giving me a run for my money in terms of, like, really trying to dig deep on the hypothesizing instead of just being like, oh, okay, yeah, this is it. I can read this from a mile away. Reflect on survival. giving life to all, twisted and flailing, thriving in the dark. The outstretched hands left to fend. Wow, that's a good line. Idle blades grow ever dull. The wandering mind searches. Man, that's just the outstretched hands left to fend. I like that line, but this one fits better for me. Answers never found. Visions always clear. Riches left behind.
Twisted and flailing. A wandering mind searches. Answers never found.
So I'm guessing we are done with Ishikawa until, yeah, until we get up to the third part of the island.
Get through this.
There's a shrine over there. Oh boy, this is a terrible spot. God damn, deer everywhere. Hate the noise they make. Okay. Just dead people everywhere in these forests and stuff. Just like God damn, man. Hey, what's up? What's up, buddy? Where are we going? Petting the fox makes me want to pet you. You want to come down on my lap? Buddy. This is my fox. This is my little fox, man. Yeah. Kitty man. Kitty man. Fox gets pets. Kitty man gets pets. Yeah. You're orange too. Yeah.
Fight me!
Gotta fight dogs.
Save me!
You're going to be all right.
Lord Sakai, it's you.
Have we met?
Last spring, when you visited Okada Farmstead. The Mongols are there now, killing and burning. It's terrible.
I remember that visit. I won't let the Mongols destroy the farm.
You got supplies for me? No? Well, I'm headed that way anyway. I'm sorry, Lord Sakai. These pockets are fresh out of lint. I clean my lint trap responsibly.
Looking for me?
Damn, dude, there's dogs everywhere. Oh, that was close. I was almost late on that. A lot of dogs. I don't love this. A lot of dogs. Oh my god. So much for not letting the farmstead burn, huh?
Come here and fight!
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Oh, you. No. Ooh, your legend grows. The demon's blade. Yes, Jack, we hear you, bud. Charm of hidden blades. Throw 2 additional kunai. Oh, that wasn't even the right spot. Okay. Keep it moving. Come on. Everybody can hear you, bud. Oh, come on, Jin. Come on, Jin. Jack, I can hear you. I can hear you. Whoa. What is this? Whoa. Look at that. How cool is that? Come here. Come here. Yes, I know you're here. I see you. Yeah? Can you lay down, please? Our cat's the best. Other fox. I got Jiro perched on the recording PC, and Jack is perched on the stream PC. Perfect. Oh, you totally whipped. No, no. No. Oh, that was close.
He saved me!
You'll be free soon.
We need more like you, Lord Sakai.
Find somewhere safe. Be careful.
Well, we did have more like me, and they're unfortunately all dead on a beach. But I appreciate the sentiment.
Legium Harsinta! Oi! That's the thing!
What's up, dude?
They'll see us.
Will they?
Hold still.
You're a vision of mercy.
You're safe now.
A vision of mercy. Damn. I mean, yeah, it wasn't the greatest idea, Kiara. That's for sure. I get why they did it, but it's another reason that, you know, the Mongols do not underestimate who they fight. We underestimate who we fight.
I was in
And that's,
when they arrived. Heard the drums
it's not great.
before we saw them. Terrifying. Did you try to...
Alright. Boom. Caught a farmstead. Clear. We are making real nice headway here. Now, why not go speak to Masako? Have to go over that bridge. Okay. So over that bridge we shall go. He's Ronin. What's up, Ronin? Yeah. Ah. Oh.
Good horse.
Wouldn't it suck if that was like the Ronin diplomacy squad and I just slaughtered them without even attempting to talk to them? Like, those guys are literally walking around up here. They're like, yeah, hey, we should probably talk to Jin. Let's set this straight. Figure out where our priorities are. Actually fight the Mongols. And then I just, like, straight up slaughter them with reckless abandon. And now, like, the Ronin are like, okay, if he's just going to slaughter our diplomacy circle, then I guess we're not going to work with him. Like, oops. I mean, they didn't go, no, wait, that's not why we're here, but...
Show me your skill.
Yeah, bring it in, boys. Let's go.
Ronin are slaughtering those people.
Dude, the that horizontal slash across the stomach. Oh my god. Damn, it appears those straw hats are quite protective. Hey, what's up, boys? Damn, you guys are... Jesus, are you guys like the new recruits?
Such a pain for survivors.
They're not survivors. Well,
Hello?
survived.
Here,
Save your strength.
my lord. Help.
Why did the Ronin attack?
I don't know. They forced the men here to go with them. They took my husband, Oda.
Do you know where they went?
They talked about going to a gorge in the north. Please, save my Oda.
A final request. Oh shit. Oh boy.
She must mean Hollow Gorge. Thieves use it for smuggling and selling slaves.
You know about that? You haven't figured out how to stop it? Dude, see, that's like the small stuff. That's the small stuff that drives me nuts. Jin literally knows that that's a gorge that's used to human traffic.
So,
And they, like, haven't done anything about that? Like, they just, like, let it go? Like, what? Are we, what? Like, I hate how casually he said that. He's like, oh yeah, that place, people have been trying to traffic folks through there for years. We've done everything in our power to try to stop it. But, like, I don't know, man. That's just, that's a little funny. Oh, the spot where they hold the Tuesday at 5:30 slave auction every week? Been there. Eagle Cage. Golden eagles from the high Altai Mountains of western Mongolia are prized by the eagle hunters. They are known as Berkichi due to their extreme hunting prowess. The eagles are captured, domesticated, and trained from a young age and traditionally kept as companions for around 10 years before being released to live out the remainder of their lives in the wild. Interesting. Do I hear a fox? Okay, I hear a fox. Oh, there you go. Hey, buddy. Take me. Man, when the sky's blue like this, can't beat this. This is just these colors. Mmm. Oh man, look at that. Hell yeah. That's awesome. Alright, Ronin camp by the gorge. Let's go. Oh, homie. In the time that I've been doing this stream tonight, I have gotten 3, count them 3, shitty collaboration emails. That's got to be your record. Looked at my watch 3 times and seen it, and I was like, oh, good. We've got good fodder for that, because yikes. For those who don't know, as we make this ride on my live streams, weekly, I read all the crappy collaboration emails that I get that completely miss the mark on what it is that I do with my channel, and they're the most ridiculous things you've ever heard of. And if you ever stop by for a live stream, you can be part of that.
Here.
But man, gotten 3 of them. Hey. Oh! Ooh. Ooh, ooh. Flashpoint, thanks for the 100 bits.
Come here and fight! Ugo!
I went way too early. Big fail. Whoa. Hey, buddy. Jin. Grab the cricket, bud. To that. 10 of 20 singing crickets. Nobu. Dude, this area is really something. With the fall leaves. My goodness gracious. Need supplies, so come to time. Go! Oh no. Whoa, look at this white horse. Whoa. Still not my Nobu. Okay. God damn it. More of you assholes. Damn it. I was really hoping I could kill them all from horseback. Jin will be regretting that jump in 10 years. He's gonna regret that jump tomorrow morning. You kidding me? He's gonna go when he gets out of bed in the morning. Like I do. My cats are literally cuddling on top of my computers right now.
Looking for me?
Fantastic.
Watch his sword.
Watch his sword. Yeah, better. Yeah.
How could you?
Dude's all like reared up, ready to go. And just boop, right between the eyes.
Who will face me first?
Who the hell are you guys? Come here. There he is.
I'll take your head! Cut his...
Oh, hey.
Time for revenge!
But farther north you go, the more useless the Ronin appear to be. Mongols get stronger, Ronin get weaker. These people are just chilling, cooking
That
dinner.
was amazing, my lord.
Bet your ass it was. I'm gonna steal your stuff first before I talk to you. Hope you don't mind.
Were you taken from the inn?
No, my lord. They passed this way but headed east.
Do you know where?
They mentioned some cliffs near the river.
I know that place. Take supplies from the camp and get to safety.
Search for the Ronin atop cliffs. Alright. Get to safety. I could make an argument that this is a safer spot because I just cleared it out. The Ronin would be smart not to come back. Would you really be that strong when you're freezing midwinter with no fur and no gloves? Haven't you seen the episode of Naked and Afraid I was on? Of course I would be. Having to be barefoot while on the Naked and Afraid show is like the least of my worries. Like, yes, I would hate that, but that is, yeah, no way. They never. They could offer me $4 million. Oh God, they could offer me $4 million to do that, and I don't think I'd do it. I wouldn't even attempt it. If they said, "Well, we'll give you $4 million to attempt it," like maybe, but I'd be done within like 2 hours. Dude, Nobu's willingness to just leap off of cliffs is wild. He takes trust to a whole new level.
Those are the cliffs where the Ronin went.
Fight me!
There's gonna be nobody left on this island by the time we finish this game. Like, the Mongols might as well just take it. There's nothing left to conquer. I've essentially conquered everything for them. Threaded the needle there. Watching the Ronin run at me with their katanas and just shooting them in the face with arrows, I don't know why I find that to be so satisfying, but it's just like, it's so silly.
Enemy archer! He's still around.
All dead. Should free the men.
They never stood a chance, my lord.
Sure didn't. They're not particularly well organized, are they, brother?
You're safe now.
Thank you, my lord. These Ronin deserve death.
They killed innocent people at the inn.
I recognize some of them. They used to serve Clan Yarikawa.
Survivors of the rebellion. And still traitors to their own people.
There are more of us nearby. The Ronin took Hoa, Hyoe, and Oda.
Then Oda's alive. If any were killed here, tend to the bodies, and then go somewhere safe.
Man, I understand that sentiment, but like the idea that tending to dead bodies is more important than this dude's safety, that like you would essentially triage that in that direction, it just doesn't make any sense to me. It's like, dude, they're dead, man. Like, let it go. If this guy has immediate opportunity to get to safety, like, why don't we, let's do that. And then, if we need to come back and tend to the bodies later, we can do that. It's like, I know it's me being nitpicky, but it's just kind of ridiculous. What's up, Zine? Hello, Raiders. Hi, if you don't know who I am, somehow, I'm DrMick. I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist. I have a PhD in human development. This is Game Sessions with a Therapist, where we play cool games like Ghost of Tsushima with it. And I analyze them using my therapist brain in an effort to destigmatize conversations about mental health therapy and psychology and all that fun stuff. This is my first time playing through this game. I know nothing about it, so it is a blind run. So I ask that you please keep it spoiler-free. Don't backseat. If you want to catch up with the playthrough, check out my YouTube channel. Zine, I hope you had a lovely stream, sir. I saw that you've been playing some God of War Ragnarok lately. Hope that's been a good time. Soft Lemur, thank you very much for the Prime sub. My voice is going out yelling at it. Oh, baby.
It's there somewhere.
I yelled at it every now and then, too. I did play through God of War Ragnarok, yes, and Valhalla. Also, for anybody who's interested, I had an opportunity to have a conversation with one of the senior writers of the game. And that video is on my YouTube channel, so if you want to see a neat little conversation between he and I and talk about a little bit about like my playthrough and their thoughts in creating the game and all the psychological components and fun stuff like that, I encourage you guys to check that out. Oh, there you go, Zine. A worthy challenge.
Who will fight?
Una, thank you very much for the bits. Yeah. Oh, it's so cute that the Ronin Mongols share camp. Oh, hey guys.
My lord, please. You must hurry to the inn. My wife was wounded.
I spoke to her.
Is she?
Her final thoughts were of you.
Oh no. My poor sweet wife.
Her death was avenged. These Ronin will never hurt anyone again.
Thank you, my lord. I need to see her one last time and say goodbye.
Damn. I gotta say, I wish there was a little more meat on the bone on that quest line. It kind of feels like we just slaughtered Ronin because this woman wanted to make sure that her husband was fine and then she died and now he's sad. Like I need more. Give me more. That is one area in this game that is lacking. I like that Jin gets on that guy's level as he attempts to comfort him. Indeed. All right. Well, I'm pretty sure this was a fox. I am inclined to... We still have to go to Kushi Temple and talk to Norio. Or we have... Hey, there's a fox over there. you know, it's fine. It's just that, you know, quest feels like filler. It's like there's not really any depth there. It's kind of like, okay. Like, why were they targeted? Give me moral dilemmas. Like, give me tough choices. Make what seems like the right decision something I have to second guess. I know I talk about this in a lot of playthroughs, but that to me is what sets certain games apart from others. Like, we've seen really good stuff in the character side quests here, so don't get me wrong, I'm not making a sweeping generalization about this game. But in side quests like that, I'd almost prefer you just not have them instead of making them like really generic like that. It's just filler. Oh, that's a beautiful view. Increased your charm power. God damn, there are so many foxes on this island. It's ridiculous. And to think that I thought we were done when we saw like 10 of them down on the lower level. Okay. Let's go. Wait, this shrine's not done? What? I thought I did this shrine. Apparently not. All right. Interesting. Okay. All right, Ryan, what are you missing here, buddy? That one little hidden rock. That's what you're... Jesus Christ, that was... You could have spent forever looking around for that. So I gotta get, somehow, I gotta get to that ledge. Which has to involve going up here. Oh, here we go. Squeeze through here. Down. Oh, I absolutely agree that the Mongols are overly objectified in this. But again, that's part of what would make this more compelling. Is if you saw Mongols who felt conflicted, Mongols who showed up on the island and were like, I don't really want to be here, but I don't know what to do. You had Mongol defectors. I mean, all sorts of stuff like that would be really neat to see. Because there's no way that the Mongols are a fully unified force. Charm of Izanami. Iron Will now revives you at 50% of your maximum health. I don't care about that. Okay. Well, glad that's knocked out then. Let's go up here. Now, I want to refresh my memory on this. Meet Lord Shimura at his old hunting camp. We need samurai reinforcements if we're going to save our home. The Shogun can provide them, but only if we contact them to request more forces. I found my uncle's contact, a wine-soaked pirate skilled enough to break the Mongol blockade and deliver our request to the Shogun. Lord Shimura awaits word of my progress at our old hunting camp. Oh, baby. Okay. I don't want to fight you guys. I don't care. Wow, Shimura's just chilling at this camp.
You have news? Yes, Lord Shimura.
First, supplies.
I found Goro in Umugi Cove.
Was he drunk?
Not anymore. He will fulfill his debt to you and sail for the mainland.
He may be unsavory, but few know the sea like Goro.
Will these men deliver your message?
Precisely. Kotaro and Jiro are loyal and courageous. I will petition the Shogun for reinforcements.
Goro is ready. He will meet us nearby, then lead us to his boat.
He will ride when the time is right. Take this moment to prepare for battle.
Yes, Uncle.
It is time. To your horses, men.
We are ready, my lord. Stay alert.
And keep watch for our smuggler.
Oh, yes. Pirates and smugglers are... Yeah, man. They're cool if they do stuff for me. They're courageous and loyal. That matters to me. More than honor. Jezebella, thank you for the raid.
I can always tell when you want to ask me something. Out with it.
I'm curious how you met Goro.
I caught him selling Chinese silk forbidden by Shogun decree. I burned his stock and let him go.
He could have been flogged, but you saw a better path.
A skilled sailor can be a valuable asset.
I like that Jin asked.
The Mongols have many ships. Can Goro evade them all?
He has no choice.
What will we do if they catch us, my lord?
Do not fear death, Kotaro. Live with courage. And never forget the people you fight to protect.
Lord Shimura!
Goro, where is your boat?
This way. I'm happy you're alive, my lord.
Thank you for agreeing to settle your debt.
I'll do my best. But I fear the Mongols will sink me before I leave the coastline. There are too many eyes watching the water.
Perhaps we can direct their attention elsewhere. Dismount. We walk from here. Fort Mitodake. My father took that stronghold from Clan Yarikawa.
Did he now?
Now the Mongols have it.
Imagine their surprise when 2 samurai take it back from them.
If we make enough noise inside the fort.
The Mongol ship crews will look to it instead of the water. Goro, we will draw the enemy's attention to the fort. Sail when you hear the fighting.
My lord, you will be killed.
Your only concern is delivering my message. Horses might give us away. We will go on foot, Lord Sakai.
Okay. I do respect this. Okay, for all the harshness that I've had on Shimura, I do respect that he is like, yo, we gotta get word out to the Shogun, and I am willing to put my life on the line in order to ensure that that happens. That I respect. That's putting your money where your mouth is, man. Like, I will go to battle for this. I need my people to be helped. Don't worry. Don't concern yourself with my life. Concern yourself with getting that note to the Shogun. All right. All right. Earns a little more respect in my book for that. He's willing to get in on that. He's not sitting in his tower throwing people at this with reckless abandon. He himself is getting in the trenches. That's how you win respect. That's how you get people to go, you know what? That dude showed up. He came to bat for us. It's going to be a hell of a mission when we start part 26. Thank you very much for making the effort to watch these streams, for taking so much time out of your life to engage with my content. You could play the game, but you're watching me play it. And I'm grateful for that. And I hope my thoughts are meaningful in some way. Do leave a thumbs up, leave a comment, follow the links in the description, come hang out with us live sometime. Would love to have you around. Been a really great game. I really, really like it. So, if you're binging, I will see you right here in the next episode. And if you're waiting for the next one to come out, I'll get it out to you as soon as I can. I appreciate you. You matter. And I will see you on the next one.